Jesus was busy teaching. A bunch of guys dropped this paralytic man onto the ground in front of Jesus. He's paralyzed. And Jesus says, your sins are forgiven. Imagine that guy sitting there thinking, thank you. Well, he wouldn't be able to do this even. He'd probably be like, thank you, but nothing else works. So thank you for the sins forgiven part, but nothing else works. You know what Jesus was telling us right in that moment? There is something deeply more significant than your ability to walk, your ability to be physically whole, is your separation from God, is the biggest healing that you need. The fact that you have sin because of Adam, and the fact that you have sinned because of your rebellion and your separation from God, is the most important thing that you need healing from. Now, because Jesus is kind and powerful, he healed him as well. The paralytic man was walking, but Jesus identified the most important need. Your sins are forgiven. And ultimately, his amazing love and power and authority shines through in that moment. And the problem with us is when we don't get physically healed, we believe that God isn't good and kind, and yet we have oneness with God through the sacrifice of Jesus. We will never, ever be alone. We were rebels, and God has made us sons. We had a meaningless existence just bouncing around from pleasure to pleasure, and now there's destiny on us. God has called us into a family of servant missionaries, and we get offended when our bodies don't work sometimes. And we think how ridiculous that I focus on the tent and not on what God has shaped in terms of my spirit. Ultimately, I can say this: our full healing, our ultimate healing, is oneness with God. C.S. Lewis says this: some mortals say of temporal suffering that no future bliss can make up for this, not knowing that heaven, once attained, will work backwards and make every agony a pleasure. Now, what is he saying? Unless we understand that the joy that we're going to receive when Jesus comes to claim us and say, you belong to me, will not compare with anything we've ever tasted on this earth. We'll be able to look at these situations and say, God, I trust you.